Oklahoma's own News 9 starts now.
And our top story this afternoon, we are talking about the flooding because yesterday's storms have left behind plenty of damage and a whole lot of water.
Floodwaters just at their house.
You have no idea where that street is and where it ends. And that's been the problem.
You're right. You're trying to locate it with the trees or whatever is in your surroundings.
Officials in Edmond say Arcadia Lake is closed indefinitely due to all this flooding, so no boating on the holiday weekend and beyond. The closures include Central State Park, Edmond Park, Scissortail Campground, and Spring Creek Park. Officials say Arcadia Lake is about 12 feet above normal and still rising. City officials say the closure will last at least 2 weeks. We are learning new details about a tornado from early this morning in Norman. A News 9 viewer shot this video that shows the tornado moving through around 4 this morning. Tough to see in that video, but you get the idea. Chief Meteorologist David Payne has confirmed that this was an EF1 tornado. We're told most of the damage was just to some trees. Jury selection has started for a man whose dogs allegedly mauled a woman to death last year. Antoine Burks is charged with manslaughter after police say his dogs broke out of a fence, killing Cecile Short and her Yorkie near Northwest 122nd and Council. Records show Burks was out of town when this all happened. After being delayed yesterday due to the weather, the trial started this morning. 2 people have been arrested for robbing a Moore bank this month. Officials say Duncan Huron Jr. and Regina Berry robbed the IBC Bank on 12th Street back on May the 14th. Investigators say the 2 were armed and got away with some cash. We're told security footage from nearby businesses helped investigators identify those suspects. The egg-shaped church in Northwest OKC will not be torn down. Crossings Church has agreed to buy First Christian Church at Northwest 36 and Walker. First Christian, you may remember, had fought efforts by residents to make the property a historical landmark, saying that it would be harder to sell the church with that distinction. Instead, Crossings says it will negotiate a price with First Christian and not tear down the uniquely shaped church. And protests in Britain have taken a bizarre turn. We'll show you what that guy's throwing right there. Coming up in Trends, Topics, and Tags. Trends, Topics, and Tags for today, milkshakes. Milkshakes are causing a stir at campaign stops across the UK.
Yeah, I don't think, as a news anchor, I've ever reported this kind of assault before.
It's happening,
where you were assaulted by a milkshake. Yeah, protesters are taking aim at politicians using the sweet drinks. Officials say the latest target was a Brexit Party leader hit by a banana shake.
It looked heavy, too.
Remember that time I squirted you with whipped cream?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
He looks a lot worse.
That never came out of my suit. and people are getting attacked
it's
over
never
and
coming
over
out
again.
of his suit.
Absolutely not. They say the milkshaking trend is taking aim at right-wing politicians on the campaign trail, including one who's been hit some 4 times in just a week.
That's 4 suits.
That's 4 suits gone. If he's smart, he's just wearing the same suit over,
He
right?
might as well.
Yeah. Well, now fast food chains are getting involved. So if you feel like a milkshake, make sure you're not around any sort of Brexit rally in the UK because McDonald's says it won't serve a milkshake.
No. Police have arrested the milkshakers and charged them with assault.
Actually, I worked in Eugene, Oregon, and they would go after people with apple pies.
Oh,
and those were kind of heavy apple pies.
Right.
I don't remember assault charges, but I do remember some people getting in trouble over that.
I want to go to Brahms so bad after this story.
I know, and it's also severe weather. It's severe weather that does this to me, I swear. Last couple of days, I need a Brahms milkshake.
It's like soothing, right?
Yes.
Most people drink alcohol during our severe weather.
I want a milkshake.
Brahms milkshake's thick too. I mean, that kind of would hurt.
Tell us what you think on the News 9 Facebook page as we go into this.
This is Oklahoma's own News 9.
Our top story here at 4:30. Yes, we're still talking about the weather and the aftermath thereof. Yesterday's storms left behind damage and flooding.
It looks like we're going to get a little bit of a break. The rain is done, at least for now. Chief Meteorologist David Payne is tracking the very latest. Let's hope it stays that way for a while. David, thanks. Now, the governor is expected to hold a news conference to talk about the damage left by our recent storms. But we have just learned that news conference has been delayed by his tour of the damage. It is now set to begin at 5. We're going to have the latest on what he has to say on News 9 at 5 and also the News 9 app.
Officials in Kingfisher are keeping an eye on several creeks that run through town, expecting them to crest at any moment, creating more flooding in town.
News 9's Jennifer Pierce is in Kingfisher with the latest on the highway and street closures. You know, a lot of times we tell you to turn around, don't drown. Well, one Stillwater man ignored that rule today, driving right past barricades and into the high water. News 9's Clayton Cummins continues our team coverage. Over to the Capitol now, where the state Senate has approved an $8.1 billion budget. The budget includes a 5% boost in education funding and teacher pay raises. With nearly $600 million in surplus revenue to spend this year, lawmakers opted to put about $200 million of that into savings. The bill now heads to the governor's desk, where he is expected to sign it. Imagine the convenience of dropping off your kids at daycare right at your work. Well, now more companies are offering childcare in the office. Laura Podesta has that story.